You're watching Rurouni K95's anime review on Figure 17. Hi Ruronis, this is your pal Rurouni K95 here. Today's anime review, we get to cover another anime television series that only lasted 13 episodes from particularly 2001 until 2002. For today's anime review is Figure 17. Figure 17 is a Japanese anime television series animated at OLM Incorporated. Yeah. And directed by Naohito Takahashi. The series featured character designs by Yuriko Chiba and music by Toshihiko Takamizawa of the rock group called The Alfie. The series is unusual due to having an hour time slot per episode, which is probably about 46 minutes of an actual episode, rather than the standard half hour time slot. But we'll come to that in just a moment. So, without any further ado, let's review the anime series Figure 17, also known as Figure 17 Tsubasa and Hikaru. So, let's review this anime. Let's begin. The anime covers a small portion of life of the timid, shy Tsubasa Shina, a grade schooler who is forced to move to Hokkaido from Tokyo with her father as he pursues his dream of becoming a baker in the aftermath of her mother's death. Huh, that is very satisfying and very emotional. Basically, because her mother died, so basically she has her father now after her mother passed away. But that is the serious problem in this anime. At her new school, she is so shy and unsociable that her classmates ignore her at best and abuse her in a inability to defend herself at worst. Bullying, probably what you see going on in this particular anime series. Shortly after the two begin to settle in, an alien spaceship comes crashing down to Earth in the forest behind her house, which is probably almost out of the woods yet. Stumbling across the ship with her dog, Tsubasa discovers the pilot, unconscious and wounded, and a monster who is trying to kill him. When the monster attacks, the alien wakes and tries to fight off the monster. Almost like if you compare that to dragging to a, this could be almost a long way from Men in Black, but we'll come to that in some questionable reason for some point. But anyways, Tsubasa in her fright runs for the ship to hide from the monster. The monster quickly takes care of the alien, seemingly killing him and in the process releasing him from some sort of transformation and tries to reach into the ship to get it at Tsubasa. I mean, where's Kurt Russell with a flamethrower when you need him? In its effort to reach her, the monster accidentally cracks a mysterious container, the contents of which leak out onto the floor next to Tsubasa. Moments later, the liquid covered urges upon her and transforms her into what appears to be a young teenage equivalent of the form of the man who had possessed while fighting the monster. With the aid of this mysterious power-up, Tsubasa is able to defeat the monster, though doing so is somewhat accidental on her part. By this time, when the battle is over, instead of simply reverting to her usual form, Tsubasa finds the strange substance has turned into a near perfect copy of herself on separation, which is basically like a cloning, particularly in this anime. How the original herself has cloned her. I mean, this new girl introduces herself, claiming the name Hikaru. The alien awakens and does not transform into the appearance he had on Tsubasa's arrival at his ship. Together, all three return to Tsubasa's house and stay the night in her room. The next day, when morning comes, the man introduces himself as D.D, who is an alien, and explains that he was transporting the seeds of a monster called a Maguar. Huh, this is something you don't see finding something on E.T. the Extraterrestrial, usually. But that is the question, though. When suddenly one of the seeds hatched and attacked him, forcing him into a crash landing on Earth. Unfortunately, the Maguar that Tsubasa defeated was only one of six that he had been transporting, and D. explains that the other five have escaped the ship and are each other scattered somewhere throughout Hokkaido. He tells the girls that he needs them to help him destroy the remaining five Magwar since the atmosphere of the Earth has enhanced both Hikaru, who is a form of a combat suit known as a figure, and the Magwar in a similar way. While he waits for the reinforcements, particularly that is the serious problems going on. It's like how you're calling it, mankind's intuition or suspicion ways, particularly what you see, what is going on in this anime, especially Figure 17, particularly, which is almost in a serious problem ways, which is how the humanizes how something's going on in this particular anime series, like Figure 17, particularly for this anime series. But that is the question, though. To facilitate the problem of suddenly having a twin that no one knows about, D. decides to modify the memories of Tsubasa's father, making him believe that he had twin daughters all along, and that Hikaru was simply living elsewhere with an aunt. D. proceeds to monitor the Magwar from his ship, while Tsubasa and Hikaru live together at Tsubasa's house, go to school together at Tsubasa's school, fight together as Figure 17 against the Magwar, and essentially became siblings in a more emotional sense. Particularly, that is the question, as you notice, particularly. Each episode consists of about 35-40 minutes of Tsubasa and Hikaru's school life, and is typically concluded by 5 to 10 minutes of Magwar fighting. The main plot of the point of the series is more about Tsubasa growing up and learning how to cope with life events such as the loss of her mother and her familiar environment than the alien monster fighting, which is present throughout each episode. But that is the question. For any certain episode, particularly for an anime series like Figure 17, but that is the question, though, particularly for an anime series like Figure 17. By this time, the plot is driven as much by Tsubasa learning from Hikaru and her experiences with her new sister at school as it is by the presence of the Magwar. Above all this, and there tends to be less cross-interference of mundane and fantastic life than is a typical of magical girl-type anime, as you see, if you will. And that is, you guys, about the particular anime series like Figure 17. Come to think of it, I mean, the character D. in the anime series Figure 17 in the English dub, he is voiced by Lex Lang, who did his work on anime such as Sanosuke Sagara in Rurouni Kenshin. He also does the voice as particularly, you guessed it, on any certain voices in anime, like he does the voice as Captain A in the cockpit when he was credited as. Oh, he also does the voice as Seijiro Hiko in the Sony dub of the Rurouni Kenshin OVA series as well. Yeah, so that's the question. He also does the voice as Takuma's dad and Evil Ongo in Jungle de Eco OVA. He also does the voice as Hayashi Matsuzaka in Ninja Cadets, and he does the voice as Alan in Mobile Suit Gundam 0083 Stardust Memory, Dino Fisherman, and Flint the Time Detective. He also does the voice as newscaster in Trigun series. Yeah, because he does the voice as Sanosuke Sagara in the Rurouni Kenshin Media Blasters English dub as well, which you guessed it. Oh, he is also known for the voice as Kenshiro in the Fist of the North Star anime TV series. Only 35 episodes on there that are dubbed in English for the Fist of the North Star series, which Lex Lang is known for. Oh, he's also famously known for the voice as Goemon Ishikawa. I believe it was Lupin the Third Red Jacket series. And he's also known as the voice as Kunihiko Kimishima in Scryed. He's also known for the voice as Shoryu in the 12 Kingdoms, and he's also known as the voice as Captain Harlock. I believe it was the OVA Space Pirate Captain Harlock OVA, and he was also is known for the voice as Furusawa in, I believe it was the anime OVA, which is Here is Greenwood, I believe. And he was also known for the voice in Samurai Champloo. I believe it was Musashi Johnny Miyamoto Cyver the Third, as well as any character he's voiced. I believe it was particularly Samurai Champloo, I believed, I guess. And he was also known as the voice as Goku. I believe it was the Bang Zoom English dub for Dragon Ball Super for Toonami Asia, I believe it was. And he was also known as the voice as Anjuro Kadagiri. I believe it was JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, The Diamond is Unbreakable. And he was also known for the voice that he's famously known for the video games. He's known as the voice as Dr. Neo Cortex. I believe it was the Crash Bandicoot series, I believe. And he was married to Sandy Fox, I believe, which this particularly. And he also, again, Lex Lang is also known for performing the English version of the song Tactics. I believe it was for the English dub of the anime series Rurouni Kenshin, which is particularly the Media Blasters dub. Figure 17 first aired on TV Tokyo Satellite Anime Channel ATX on May 27, 2001. The anime is unusual in that episodes are about twice as long as most standard TV anime broadcast episodes at 56 minutes per episode. In the United States, the series was broadcast on the Imagine Asian network. The music was composed by Toshihiko Takemizawa of the band The Alfie, which recorded by the opening theme song Boy and the ending theme song Fairy Dance. Both songs were available on their 2001 album, which I believe it was Glint Beat. In an interview, Takamizawa said that he was told that Figure 17 was a mix of John Carpenter's 1982 horror movie, The Thing, and the J-drama series, I believe it was called Kita no Kunikara, which is known as, I believe it was, from a northern country. And yet, this anime series was released on DVD, only 13 volumes. It was licensed in North America by Media Blasters under the Anime Works label, as released in 6 DVD volumes from 2003 to 2004, I believe. Because this was released on DVD in the US by Anime Works, which is Media Blasters' label for anime, particularly. And I really admired that the series has. There is also the manga adaptation of Figure 17, but it only lasted like 2 volumes. Besides, like how it's given in the title, particularly about. Oh yeah, this was also serialized in Dengeki Daio, I believe. And yes, because this, besides given in the title, particularly about this anime series, this was broadcasted on the TV on the U.S. Japanese anime network called Imagine Asian in the U.S. And besides, it was given in the title to explain what is going on about what it is about Figure 17, because this anime capsulated only 13 episodes from May 27th, 2001 to June 26, 2002 for this particular anime series like Figure 17, because I really enjoyed this series because this was particularly one of those anime series that were originally aired on the anime TV network in the US called Imagine Asian TV, particularly for this anime series like Figure 17. So that's going to be it for my anime review on Figure 17 for today's anime review. Thank you for watching, but before we go, here's my thoughts. I really watched this series because I really admired it, because this series only has 13 episodes, and technically, because every certain episode had like 46 minutes per episode. If it should have been either a 13 episode or a 26 episode series, but it's basically a 13 episode series. If you haven't seen it, check it out on Crunchy or Tubi TV. If you can watch it for free, or you can get it on DVD as well. If you haven't seen the series, give it a watch. Help subscribe for content. My anime plan link in the description down below. You can share this video on your Twitter, Facebook. You have Twitter, Facebook account, all social media. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up by clicking on the like button on this video. Feel free to leave in the comment section. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Feel free to, if you're new to my channel, hit the notifications bell button. Be sure to get notified. Keep it on talk if this anime. We've got another anime review next. Stay tuned for my next anime review. I got another anime that I haven't reviewed for tomorrow's anime review on Absolute Duo. Stay tuned for my next anime review on Absolute Duo, because you won't want to miss another anime review.